So I'm going to show you my way of filleting, and there'll be people that watch this and go, oh, I do it a different way, and that's perfectly fine. It's just the way that you've been taught. But the first thing I always do when I'm filleting a fish, no matter what the fish are, I always scale them. Just have a regular old scaler, and when you're going to scale a fish, it's pretty obvious you're just getting rid of all the scales, but there are a couple of places that you've got to bear in mind that quite often people miss. And that's just right here by the tail, right here up by the top of the head, and then on the bottom by the tail as well. Generally, when you're scaling a fish, you know, it's really good to do it in a deep sink so the scales don't go everywhere, but I'm going to show you how I scale fish right here in front of you. Make sure you get right along the spine and then turn the fish, go again. Just make sure you sort of get into all the nooks and crannies. So again, those important parts just coming along here, along the top of the spine, underneath the tail there, on top of the tail right there, and then and around the belly. That's where people forget that there are scales. So that looks pretty good. Ready to go. So that's the scaled snapper. I'm hoping there are no scales left on there. First thing about filleting is that you want a nice dry fish and you want a nice dry board so the fish doesn't slip around. All these little tips and points are just really, really important. Even though they're very small, they make the process a lot more fun and, you know, you're a lot more accurate. Right, knife. Again, lots of people have different filleting knives. A lot of them are quite thin. This is sort of a boning knife, but very sharp end. This is the knife that I use. And that's the sort of thing that you'll do. You'll find a knife that you really love to fillet, and it's got to be sharp. I've got the fish with the belly facing me, and my first cut is going to come down by the head and across the gut cavity of the fish, of the snapper. Then I'm going to run my knife all the way along the backbone right to the end of the tail. The thing about filleting is, if that's the frame of the fish, the knife's coming along and trying to keep the edge of the knife along the frame of the fish, so we're getting all the fillet off, like that. Once you've started that little incision, you can sort of open it up a little bit and see how you're going. You cut through the gut cavity, and there's my first fillet. Then I look at my frame, not much fish left on there, a little bit there, not too bad. And that's what I love about it, is that it's just a constant learning curve. I'm getting better and better and better at it as I do it. But I really enjoy every fish, and each fish I put in front of me, I'm trying to do a better and better job. There's still plenty of fish in the snapper. I really love what's considered the wings or the throat of the fish. And how we remove that is that we just come in and we cut round the gills on both sides, like that. And then I turn it and I come in on this side. Then you get your finger between the two and you just pull back, leaving the gills there. And all I've got left here is, I'll show you these beautiful wings, which I think is the best part of the fish. What people call the wings or the collars of the fish are really, really good to eat. Obviously you can't eat the guts and the gills, but the rest of the fish I can chop up and I can use all that for stock. I've still got the bones that run down, which are basically around the cavity of the stomach of the fish. And they're connected to what are called the pin bones that go down the center of the fillet. So what I do is I run my knife in under there to separate those away from the pin bones, and then I turn my blade again up against the bones of the belly and cut that out. So there's practically no fish lost in that at all, and again that goes into the stock pot. Then we're nearly there. So we've just got this line of bones that runs down, which I call the pin bones, that runs down the center of the fish. We want to remove those as well. So I just go on either side of them. You can feel them with your fingers. That's the best way to sort of work out where they are. cut out that piece. That goes into the stock pot. There's the fillet side, skin side. I hardly ever eat fish without the skin on now. There's just this layer of fat between the fish and the skin that kind of bastes the fish when you're cooking it. So that's one, and we just repeat that. I mean, the thing about filleting is that you're always, you know, you do it slow and deliberate, and the whole time you're thinking wastage, wastage, wastage. I don't want to waste anything. This fish is precious. The more of the yield that I get off it, the better. And that's the thing. I mean, look at this. This is just a snapper that I guess is about 37 centimeters, something like that. Look at all that beautiful fish that we've got. Gorgeous. And then we've got the belly or the wings of the fish, and then just the head and the frames for stock. Nothing wasted, but plenty of good eating.